So, are we live? So, I hope you guys can see me now. Just confirm it in the comments that we are live. Okay, so I already have a comment which says Max win. Hamilton win will Japan GP. Oh, I'm not sure about that. No sound is, I think the sound is there. Voice is very low. Let me just check. Is it fine now? Is it fine? I think it should be. I I am just gonna wait. Just check it again. Okay, I think now it should not be a problem. I think the microphone settings were a bit messed up, so now the audio should be fine. Just confirm once for the voice. Okay, good. So we're fine now. I think the microphone settings were a bit wrong, and now we are good. Okay, so it's either Max or Charles win this GP. Okay. I mean, I let's hope that Max can try and win the Grand Prix. He hasn't gotten a win this year. Charles is starting a bit low, and there is not a lot of data about Ferrari's long run pace. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's see. Even for Red Bull, actually, I'm not sure their long run pace is that nice. But I mean, in comparison to McLaren, but you never know what Max can pull out of the bag. What are your predictions for the Grand Prix? Let me know in the comments. How did you like the quali though? I mean, last moment Max got pole by 12 seconds, 12 milliseconds. I'm sorry, not 12 seconds, but 12 milliseconds. That gap was so good. Did Sainz mess up Hamilton's position? Not at all. The Sainz Hamilton thing was in Q2, I think. After that, Hamilton had two more runs in Q3. So I don't think that affected Hamilton's run in the final qualifying. Will today Max win or always McLaren? I mean, the statistics and the data points towards McLaren because they are much stronger in the race too. But you never know. Hamilton in top three. Looks tough from P8 because if he's stuck behind the other cars, like slower cars like Hadjar and Antonelli, then I think that's going to affect his momentum a lot in the race. And now we don't even have rain, which pretty much probably a dry race now. So I don't think that he's going to have that rain advantage that he was hoping for. So I'm just going to set up all the data that we always do for the race. Rooting for Yuki. Yeah, man. I mean, I was quite disappointed with his quali run. Finally, he did not make it to Q3 throughout the sessions. It was looking like he was gonna do that, but I don't know what happened in that Q2 run. Well, he completely messed up big time. Yuki hype was so disappointing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he did. Will Russell rush today? I don't know. Russell always gets a lucky podium at the end, a lucky P3 by not doing much. So maybe he could do that again. But this time we have Max to spoil the party. To spoil the party for Russell. Just give me 2 minutes while I set up the data channels so that you guys can have more fun with it. Can Ferrari come back? I don't know. I have no idea. Yesterday there were Yuki, Lando, Yuki, Leclerc, Yuki, Max. Include continuous team comms. Nah, I don't think I can do that. So, yeah. So, we're almost done with this. Yeah. And now you're going to see a transition to all the data. Yeah. Now we're good to go. Will Max defend his pole position? I mean, you know how good Max is at starts, and you know how good Lando is at race starts. So I don't see him struggling to maintain the lead, at least for the couple of laps. Later on, then we'll see. He's gone for a low downforce setup apparently, so that should help him even if he's leading with the people behind with DRS. So if he leads the race, he has a good chance of keeping it within control. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try the team comms next race. Are you going to do F125 gameplay videos? Yeah, I mean, I'm planning to. Let's see. I'm not very good with the wheel yet. I mean, I am probably, you would say, a rookie when it comes to playing the game. So, like, I don't want to just have a lame gameplay. That's why I don't play. I have been playing on this wheel since F1 2021, but like I barely get time. I buy the game every year, but then I only play for like couple of hours in a year. So, haven't practiced that much. What do you think is the reason for Leclerc's volatile performance? I honestly would not call it volatile. Would you? Because the car has been here and there. Start of 2022, when he had a championship contending car, you saw some brilliant performances from him. So I don't think we can call his performance volatile as of now. Can we watch the live race here? You can't because copyright. Good morning. Good morning. I hope a lot of people have woken up to watch this race. Lawson performing better in the sister team. At this point, everybody has. Now, I think they should just, for kicks in one race, put Max in the Racing Bull and see what happens. Fan code is best for Indian viewers. I mean, it's up to you. Honestly, price to performance, I mean, yeah, it's the most value for money option. And the quality has been fine this year. Even while I stream, I also have a window open where I watch the pre race, post race, because they have Sky Sports coverage on fan code. And it's been fine, honestly. So, yeah, for most of the people who don't want that extra features where they want to hook up a multi viewer window and see all of the data, I think it's fine. Huge turn one crash, please. I mean, no, yaar. Huge crash. It's a bit dangerous. You saw Duhan going off in turn one in that practice, and I don't think we should hope for a huge crash. Which rookie do you think has a chance to get the podium? I mean, right off the top of my head, it has to be Antonelli because he is in a Mercedes, and once he gets on top of the car, I think he has the chance to get it because other rookies are in kind of slower cars. So, rate all F1 cars out of 10. Are you asking me to rate it pace wise or how they look? Any discount coupons for fan code at the moment? No, man. None so far. What about the weather? Any chances of rain? No, because it was raining in the morning, but they had some other race event, and after that, it's been quite dry. And everybody's now saying that the track might be slightly damp at the start, but all in all, it's gonna be more of a dry race. Is Carlos becoming like Daniel in McLaren from prime to getting beaten by his teammate? I don't think so. You need time to get used to the cars, is what I have said before. Maybe like half the season later, we can have this discussion, but none as of now. Do you follow football? No, actually, I have never followed football. Who do you think will be placed at the top among the Ferrari drivers in Drivers' Championship? Very tough question. I mean, I think it's gonna be more about, I don't know, if someone has a reliability issue or something. I feel that might be the deciding factor at the end of the day because I mean, if you have to bet on it, please don't. But it would be honestly Leclerc because it's first year for Lewis. So, do you have a tech review channel? Yes, I do actually. I started creating content with tech from 2012. So, F1 started 10 years later in 2022. So, yeah, looks like we have an OG follower here. Max winning. I mean, it would be amazing if Max wins. That's the thing with predictions. Now, if I say Max wins and if he doesn't, then there'll be 50 people in my DM saying, oh, McLaren was going to win this, that. Yeah, predictions are sometimes annoying. Yesterday, I predicted that we're not gonna see anything crazy in quali, and we'll have McLaren 1-2 and Russell P3. And then suddenly Max took pole, and all the Red Bull fans were in my DM that, oh, you were supporting McLaren. What happened? This, that. And I'm like, it's just a prediction. I'm not supporting them. Do you collect F1 cards? I haven't yet. Will Yuki perform good in the second Red Bull or the seat is cursed? I think he will. He will. Just give him. I think today we should see some good performances in the race. He's starting behind Lawson, but I feel he should be in points. He should be in points today. What do you think about the McLaren? I mean, of course, it's the most dominant car and the car to beat right now. That's it. The drivers have to just perform consistently, and they probably would have the title in the bag, unless in the next couple of races the teams are bringing upgrades, and if they make a huge leap, otherwise they're fine. When did you start watching F1? I remember watching the first Indian Grand Prix on my TV live when it happened. Okay, so we should have the formation lap in some time. I'm just gonna get the audio on for me. Can Leclerc win this race? It's very tough. I mean, unless something crazy happens, I don't think so, no. Will there be any duel between Lando and Max at turn one? Yeah, I hope there is one. Otherwise, it's gonna be boring. Do you think there will be Indian Grand Prix now that there are more viewers? I mean, I don't know. There were a lot of issues. There was a taxation issue, and then the teams were having a lot of problems with customs for clearance in time. And now, considering the F1 schedule is so hectic, unless all the processes are in place and it's seamless for the teams, I don't think they would want to come. Do you think Vettel would return? I don't think so. Can Hamilton win this race? If he does, it will be one of the craziest performances of his career because it's looking very tough from P8. How did you shift from being a tech YouTuber to F1? I have not shifted completely. I just do both of the things. So, yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna check my Instagram if everything's fine there. Do you think Yuki finishes in points today? Yeah, I hope he does. Let's see the tires. So everybody is on mediums except for Lewis. Lewis is on hards, so that's a split strategy. And then we have the back runners Ocon and Bortoletto on hard. Duhan and Stroll on soft. That's uh that's an explosive combo right at the back. Hopefully we get rain. The chances are very less. The thing, if you see at the top on the timing sheets, the rain radar says no. So yeah. What do you think about Carlos Sainz today? I think he's gonna have a tough race. He still hasn't gotten to grips yet with the car. So yeah. Start is going to be tricky with odd number positions being on an advantage. I don't know. That let's see. Will you make another track guide for the next Grand Prix? How many of you guys know the context about the track guide that I made for the Japanese Grand Prix? Where can we get the same telemetry data? So you can go and download multiviewer if you have an F1 TV subscription. Otherwise, there is this website called f1-.com. Just Google it. You will get the data there as well, but it's kind of out of sync. It's 30 seconds ahead of your stream, so you would have to adjust accordingly. Is this tracker in F1 TV? I'm using multiviewer, but you can also go to F1 dash the website. I think that would sync or work if you have fan code subscription also because that's completely independent and it's not linked to F1 TV. Thoughts on the white Red Bull? I think you're talking Red Bull by RB. One of the best liveries. Crazy. So we're gonna have the race start in the next 2 minutes. What are your predictions? I think let's go bold with this one. Max wins. Let's go bold. Okay. Let's focus on the race start. Don't jinx. I don't think the jinx works anymore. Oh, actually, I said Yuki Q3 yesterday, so I think it still works. Okay, restart. Lights out. Hajar got a good start. Hamilton had a slow start, I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. Not good. Quite clean, man. Quite clean. Yeah, that was very, very, very uneventful start. Like literally nothing happened. Albon is close to Hamilton. What's Lewis doing? Okay. Yuki in top 10. He's not yet. He's P13. Where is Adrian Newey? Has he started working? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has. He has. So Norris, okay, everyone's in DRS more or less. So now we should have some fun. Hamilton should get ahead of Hajar right now. Otherwise, it's gonna make his race a lot more difficult. Pretty much everybody has stayed the same in the top 10. A couple of movements here or there. Sunoda is already ahead of Lawson. That's nice. What are your thoughts on the race start? Okay, also need to consider that Lewis is on hard tires and everybody around is on mediums. I guess that's why his start was a bit slower. Fair enough. Norris is still sticking within 1 second, but like there's only one DRS zone in the Japanese Grand Prix, so overtaking is gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easier. How do you think Ferrari is going to perform today? Lewis was saying that he set up the car for race and it should be good. So let's see what happens. You can see the live race timings, lap timings up on top, so you can, you know, see it for yourself. Your prediction for this race? I am saying that Max should win this. It's gonna be a tough win, but he should win this. Keep that championship battle alive. You guys drop your race winner predictions in the comments. I want to see who gets it right. Damn, what's wrong with Antonelli, man? He has not been on it at all. Do you think one stop here is best or two stop? I think they can try one. They did that in China. The track times were down. Even here, the track times are not crazy. So I think they can do one stopper. Do you think Carlos will get a point today? Tough. Max is complaining on the radio about upshifts. And every time Max has complained about his gear shifts, he has gone faster or won the race or set pole or something. So I don't know what this does. Antonelli podium. Possible maybe somewhere down the line, but not today. Considering this track, there will be a lot of yellow flags. I mean, I hope that there is no yellow flag or red flag because of those stupid reasons like the grass is on fire, like we had in quali in practice. Max is still complaining about the upshifts. Russell is closing on to Leclerc. I mean, imagine being Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes is faster than the Ferrari. What is meant by upshift? I mean, when you go from a lower gear to higher gear, that is upshift. So second to third, third to fourth, fifth to sixth. So he's having that problem. Will Hamilton overtake Mercedes? I mean, I hope he does because otherwise he's gonna not like being stuck behind that Mercedes, the car that he could have driven. Max, Lando, Leclerc top three. That's a nice prediction. Yuki and Lawson final prediction. See, I don't trust Racing Bull's strategy, so I'm gonna say that Lawson is not gonna be in points. Yuki might just get a point. Any chances of Leclerc on the podium? There is always a chance, man. We're just like two, 3 laps into the race. Do you think Hamilton will overtake both Mercedes? I mean, he has to go past the Racing Bulls first, and then we can think about getting to the Mercs. There's no movement here, man. Everybody's just sticking behind in DRS. Verstappen P2 or P3. No way he can drive that tractor all the way to P1. I mean, tractor is a bit of an overstatement. The car is clearly not the fastest, but yeah, it's not a tractor. Why Ferrari planned hard for Hamilton? Because he is starting quite low. So it's always makes sense to do some gamble because yellow flags, red flags can happen. Do you think Hamilton has lost his form? Can't comment on that, but you have to understand that he's 40. You don't know how these people like Leclerc, Max, Russell would perform when they are 40. So that always has to be in consideration. So maybe you could say that if he doesn't improve his form, that the age is getting to him. But too early to comment right now. And Hamilton is past Hatchar. Okay, finally making moves. That should save his race a bit. Nice. Whose fan are you? Lance Stroll. Will Kushmani get any chances down the season if issues faced by Doohan? No, man, the list is damn long. They have Colapinto, then they have like two, three more reserve drivers, and then they have Kush. I would be more than happy to see him in F1, but realistically, tough chances. How did Lewis start on hards? Isn't there a rule about starting on the tires that you put your fastest lap on Q2? That rule was only till 2021. It got scrapped from 2022. Okay, so now Lewis has got 2 seconds to make on Kimi, and he's lapping at the same pace more or less. So let's see. The RB is built around Max. Other drivers are not taken into consideration. So how can you hope others to cope up? I have an interesting take on this, which I'm gonna talk about not right now, like maybe in some time later in a reel or something. That I don't think it's completely built around Max. Do you think F1 will ever come to India? I don't know. Not right now. Maybe in the next 5 years. After the next 5 years. What happened to Jehan? Jehan Daruwala was in F2, then he was in Formula E. And I think I recently saw a post from him saying that he's gonna take a break from racing this year. So yeah, he's currently not racing actively from what I know. Hamilton is losing ground to Antonelli. Maybe like Kimi's picking the pace up. Do you have any coupons for fan code? Not right now. Is there a possibility of explaining how the teams go about their tires? Yeah, there's a rule. They get a certain set of tires. I don't remember the exact number. Then they have to return some after each practice session after quali. So, yeah, I'll make a reel explaining that. Max killing his tires. I don't think so, no. Do you also believe that when a driver shifts from one team to another, he takes some time to adapt to the chassis, engine, or the setup? 100%. I've been saying that since the start. For Sainz, for Hamilton, it takes time. Even for Yuki, I feel. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. But so far, his baseline is higher than what we saw with Lawson. Your win prediction. I'm saying Max. Is Max's car fast today? The clean air advantage. That's the thing that's helping him as well. That's what you saw with Lewis in the China sprint. Having like being in the front, having clean air is a massive advantage in this generation of cars lately. What do you think about Leclerc? Will he get podium? I don't know, man. Tough. I think both McLarens will make it to the podium barring any problems. So the true performance from Sainz, Hamilton, or Yuki might come after mid-season. Mid-season is a bit too much, I feel. Just like I feel like once we are into the European races, I feel they should be performing. Hamilton on podium, optimistic. If he was starting a little bit ahead, maybe yes, but here it's looking a bit tough. Why Verstappen and Alonso times are highlighted? Verstappen because he's got the fastest lap, and Alonso's time is not highlighted, I think. No. Piastri is getting close. McLaren need to swap. No, man, I don't think Lando is pushing. I don't think so. He'll. Oh, there's going to be a little bit of rain in 10 laps, is what the McLaren pit wall says. Car with the fastest lap, according to you? I mean, I don't know what you mean because Max has the fastest lap right now in the race as well. What's your view on Cadillac and Audi? Will they be the teams at the bottom? Yeah. Initially, of course, Audi is already saying that their engine is not up to the par with competition and this and that. So, which app is this? Multi viewer. Lewis is not closing the gap yet to Kimi, or I think Kimi is like pushing his tires a lot. Russell is also pushing his tires like crazy. I mean, he's been in luckless DRS for the longest time. That's that's gonna hamper him eventually. Think McLaren will fight? Yeah, they are straight up in a title battle. Of course, they'll fight. I don't think they would stick to team orders. Do you play F1 fantasy? Yes, with a couple of my friends. Yes, I made a couple of mistakes this weekend in my team, and I'm already gonna face the consequences of it. Any F1 track that you missed this season? Not really. I mean, if you ask about an F1 track that I miss all time, I would say the Indian Grand Prix. What position will Yuki finish in? I hope he does P10, get a couple of points. Even Albon is complaining about the shifts. Yikes. Can Ferrari actually challenge the world championship against McLaren? I don't know, man. They've started off a bit lower than my expectations. I predicted that Ferrari will win the constructors. I think I jinxed them. Thoughts on Ferrari strategy? Good so far. Good so far. Why Toto's not in Japan? I don't know. It doesn't come to Japan since the last 2 3 Grand Prix. No idea why. Maybe it's too much for him to travel. How and where to play F1 fantasy? Formula One has their official fantasy. You can go to just Google Formula One fantasy and you'll have the official F1 website with it. Hamilton point two behind Charles in hard. He will run past competition in low fuel. I don't know. We can't judge that as of now. But he's doing good so far. His pace was nowhere in China. He did say that he set up his car for race pace, so I'm assuming that that's what's showing us right now. Who's your favorite for WDC? I mean, Lando because he has the fastest car, but clearly he hasn't gotten that advantage that Max had last year initially when the first 4 5 races he had the most dominant car. He built that advantage so much that it helped him throughout the season. Norris hasn't done that. Red flag incoming. Why do you say that? Is someone's crashing? Stroll is in P20 and quite behind, so I don't think he's. Will Isaac gain points today? I mean, I don't know. Even if he's running P1, I have no trust because the RB team has such bad strategy that they always put their drivers out of points. So don't count on him. Is Lewis pushing or Kimi's backing out? I think Kimi cooked his tires a bit. He needs to cool down. Will Max retain the position? He seems to be good so far. Will Yuki have the RB seat whole year? Yeah, yeah. I think no matter how he performs, he's gonna have that this year. Hamilton seems very confident, and I think he's taking strategy call in the start. I don't know, but yeah, he's looking good with the car right now. He's almost closed in on Kimi now. Should be in DRS in the next 3 to 4 laps. Is F1 Fantasy also accessible in the F1 iOS app? I don't think so. You have to use the website. When are we going to start seeing pit stops? I think around 20, lap 20. Stroll has already pitted, but he's Stroll, so yeah. Do you think Verstappen can win championship with the Red Bull tractor? Red Bull's not a tractor. It's not the fastest car, but not a tractor. But if he wins the championship this year, it's solely down to him and not to the car. McLaren saving tires, they always do it in the start. They will push closer to the pit stop. It's how their car functions, I feel. It takes time to get the tires in the window. That's what we used to see last year also. Is clean air always an advantage or is it track dependent? It's always an advantage, always. Might be more of an advantage on some tracks compared to others, but it's always an advantage. I mean, in some place like Monza, it might not be that big of an advantage because it's more or less straights, but otherwise, it looks like it's going to rain. Yeah, it's getting darker. McLaren did say that by lap 20, we'll have lap for rain for 1 lap. So, Hamilton position prediction, I would say P5. P5. Which Grand Prix would you say is the cheapest to attend from India? I think I'll have to do a lot of calculations, but I think Bahrain should be one of them. I'm not sure. I mean, Singapore, Bahrain, I'll have to check, honestly. I don't know. Why is clean air more advantageous? Isn't slipstreaming more advantageous? Actually, it depends on the track. Like I said, like if you are in Monza, maybe that would help because it has long straights, so the slipstream would help. But here you only have like two long straights, so it's not, and a lot of high speed corners otherwise, so that affects the car. You don't get slipstream in corners, you only get slipstream on the straights. Who has a better chance in the rain, Verstappen or McLaren driver? Ideally Verstappen because he drives amazingly well in the rain, but from what I know, he's gone for a slightly low downforce setup, which might not help in the rain. So let's see. Would turning on give a copyright as well commentary? Yeah, 100%. It's not allowed. If last year's Red Bull car was so good, why don't they use it? Because last year's Red Bull car was also not good. It was 2023 when it was good. And if they use that car right now, it would be like 1 second slower per lap. Lewis is dropping down. I don't know, maybe saving tires. I don't know. Has Yuki potential to get into points? I think he does. Yeah, 100%. I think Red Bull will pull some nice strategy for him because Racing Bull strategy is bad. But now that he's in Red Bull, I think with Racing Bulls, it's like if you are in points, they'll bring you out of points. With Red Bull, if you're out of points, they'll do their best to bring you into points. So I think, yeah, I hope a P10 from Yuki would be nice. Someone needs to bring out a red flag to stop this boring race. I mean, that's why I also stream with you guys, right? If the race is boring, at least we can have a discussion and chill rather than just watching it alone on our screens. Charles' podium chances looking tough. I mean, the top three are kind of in a league of their own. So, unless something bad happens, like a reliability problem or someone's crashes or a sudden yellow flag, red flag, I don't see him getting on the podium. It's going to be a Verstappen or a Piastri podium. Where is the burning grass when you need them? I mean, the temperature is quite low today. Track temperature is 20 degrees, so the grass is not going to burn. Plus, it's cloudy, not sunny, so don't expect that. 1 minute slow mode. I don't know. I've just set some things with the live stream. I will change that later. I'll change it for the next race. What are your thoughts on Hamilton's low down for setup? Easy. I don't think he confirmed. Max said he's on the low down for setup compared to others. I don't think Lewis is. Why Piastri is getting close to Norris and then getting back? I think he's saving his tires. He'll just kill his tires because I don't think he has that much pace advantage compared to Lando to make an overtake. Your thoughts on Lewis' performance switching to Ferrari? So far, I think he got a sprint win already, so I won't say it's bad. In the second race itself, that's nice. Ideal pit window. I think that's out of the window now because, yeah, pit window out of the window because it might rain, so people will delay their plans, I feel. I'm seeing a replay now and it's looking a lot more cloudy, so yeah. How was the race start? Pretty much uneventful. I think you can change the slow mode settings. I'm not sure. I can see the options right now, but let me check. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think I've done that. Yeah, done. It's gonna be a train race. Everyone's out of DRS also, except for signs at the bottom. So, yeah, I don't know. I was expecting an interesting race with a fight for the lead. Maybe it'll unfold. A lot of races unfold halfway. We are only there one third. So, yeah. Do you think Mercedes has the upper hand on Ferrari this year? As of now, yeah. Ferrari's bringing a couple of upgrades, but so is Mercedes. So let's see. Do you think Verstappen will make a move to Mercedes or Aston Martin next season? I don't think Mercedes is taking Max anymore. I mean, they're not letting off Russell. And if Antonelli has a very horrible season, then maybe they'll take Max. But I don't think they're taking Max over Russell anymore. Do you think the Ferraris would perform well in the rain? No idea, bro. Ferrari is always a question mark. They said they would perform well in the rain in Australia and they were extremely bad in the rain. I have closed the live stream. It's so boring. Are you talking about the race live stream or my live stream? They're boxing Norris. They are boxing Norris. Why isn't the Hamilton Ferrari hype living to it? Have you seen the car? It's not good. So far, Mercedes is the provider for Ferrari. Engine. What are you saying, bro? Ferrari uses their own engines. Man, nobody's making any moves. I think the only overtake we saw was Yuki on Lawson and Lewis on Hadjar. Do you expect Ferrari to bounce back? Yeah. So Norris did not pit. They told him to box to overtake Verstappen. Was it a dummy call? I don't know. Why is everyone just asking questions in this chat? I mean, I don't mind answering them, but yeah, you can say other things apart from questions. You can discuss the race with other people. Do chill in the chat. Dummy call for Norris. Yeah, probably. The track seems more familiar after watching your Wagoner track review. Don't worry, I'm doing one for Bahrain as well. The goal is to make you guys learn the tracks. If Lewis didn't move to Ferrari, I think Merck would already be on podiums. He would have been on podiums, don't you? I don't know. It's always a if, like Max had once said. Is the radio chat between driver and engineers accessible to other teams as well? Yeah, even we can access the radio chats. Norris is going crazy. Yes, he is within 1.5 seconds. Oh, Max has more pace. Yeah, he said you want me to push or not. Nice. Russell's in the pits. I don't know why because it's gonna rain. Don't know. One DRS zone is making this race boring, but the layout is in such a way. I don't think you can have another DRS zone here. Maybe on the back straight, but I doubt it. Rain chances. I don't know. The weather still says no. Russell trying to undercut. Yeah, he's gotten into a good gap behind Yuki. So let's see. Piastri's gotten a box call. It would be extremely funny if Piastri ends up undercutting Norris, and then there is that whole chaos again. I'm not sure what McLaren is doing. Hungary 2024. Yeah, man. I hope McLaren doesn't mess up the strategy here. Both of the drivers right now are in a championship fight. They weren't last time. So, like I told you, lap 20 would be ideal when they would start pitting. That's where Russell and Piastri pitted. If it rains, Ferrari will be on the podium. Australia rain and Ferrari was a bad strat, not car fault. No, no, no. The car was bad in the rain in Australia. The pace was not there. The strategy call was bad, but the pace was not there. How to access radio chats? You will need an app like Multiviewer to access it. What are the plus numbers beside drivers? Are those seconds? Yeah, it's the gap to the car ahead and gap to the leader. So Max has picked up pace. Leclerc is getting a box call. Okay. Okay, Norris, Verstappen, and Leclerc will be in the pits. I hope nobody messes the pit stop. 3.3 seconds for Max. Ooh, but 1 second faster for Norris. Oh my God, what has Norris done? Yikes. What the hell? Norris gained a second on Max and then screwed it up. Ooh. Did Max force Norris off? Because Max's pit stop was a second slower, so Norris could have been side by side. Let's see, let's see. Antonelli is in the lead. Don't understand why Lewis is saving tires on hard. We'll see. Okay, let's look at Norris and Max. Nah, Max didn't force him off, honestly. No, no, I don't think so. I don't know. Max was ahead. Yeah, Max was ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's a tough one. I don't think. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't think that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. No chance. Yes, guys, I agree with you. Max was ahead, and I mean, for him to push Norris off, he has to do something with his steering, right? He was straight and he was ahead. So let's see. I could be wrong. I think Norris has got to stop complaining on radio and start putting his foot down because he's already 2 seconds away at this point. I think Norris just was a little bit desperate and he kind of killed his advantage that he got by a faster pit stop. Yeah, Max is talking about Norris pressing his pit limiter early. I was also thinking of that. Let's see the replay. Even in the second replay, Max is ahead. Don't understand what is going on. I don't know what was he thinking by. I don't know what was he thinking to make a place there. Like he just he just made it difficult for himself. Yikes! That was just a zero IQ move. Do you think Lewis is going with one pit strategy? I mean, everyone's going with a one pit strategy. So yeah, Max will get penalized. Whatever. No, I mean, no, I don't think so. They can give a penalty for this. You're watching completely calm. Which team do you support? I only support Lance Stroll. Max already has a Max is ahead by 2.5 seconds. Yeah. Can Merck pull off a strategy for Antonelli podium? No, because I think the podium is gonna be Max Norris and Piastri as of now. As of now, Alonso making it a bit tough for Russell. Oh, he went to the pits. Can Lewis hold on to P2? No, because he's gonna pit. But if there is a safety car now, he's at a very good advantage. So yeah, they are hoping for that. What's a speed trap? Basically, they just I don't know if you've played those Need for Speed games where they had that speed trap. It's basically same. They just measure the top speed of the car. It's placed at one of the points in the track where they could go the fastest. It's a bad call with Ferrari. Lewis doesn't need to save any tires. Why do you think he's saving tires? I think he's pushing. Hadjar is a massive talent. I would say, yeah. He is. Why does Helmet keep giving him shit? That's how Helmet is. Hajar is in the pits now, finally. I hope Racing Bulls pulls off a decent strategy and helps him be in the points. That was a good stop. Good strategy so far. Let's see. I think Lewis is not going to pit. That's not allowed, bro. You have to pit once. Unless it rains, then you can't. Unless it rains for like a couple of laps and you have to go to inters. Why is Albon pissed at the pit wall? We'll have more context after the race, but I think it's something to do with strategy. Lewis is already on hard tires. Why will he pit now? Because you have to pit at least once and use two different compounds. He started on hards, he has to go to mediums or softs. So Norris and Verstappen, no further investigation. What is Sainz doing? Like two lockups already in the race. Do you think Red Bull could have gone for Sainz? Yeah, he was a better option than Lawson at least. I'm not sure about Yuki. Let's give him two races. Why isn't Lewis pushing? I mean, I don't see anything on the radio yet, but I'm sure they have something in their heads. He could ideally be pushing, but the tires are dropping off now and something. Because Antonelli also has a lot of clean air. Any update on the rain? Don't think is happening anymore. Although the track temperature has dropped by a degree. Yeah. I think Lewis's car. I think it's not that Lewis is not pushing because there is no point in saving the tires anymore. It's just a pace problem at this point. I think, or the tires have dropped off quite a bit. So Max is now, I think, eighth, 7 to 8 tenths faster than Lewis. So he's gonna make that up in a couple of laps. Hamilton put the fastest first sector, so I think he's starting to push in a little bit. If Antonelli wins due to the safety car, he would be the youngest race winner, right? Yeah, that this is the last race for him to be the youngest race winner. But of course, I don't think he's winning the race. So I wish there was a metric for measuring the tire wear. Actually, it's very tough to get a measure of that. Whoops, Yuki going wide in the Casio triangle. What do you think of Nicholas Gotifi? You mentioned it in the comment. Gotifi. How come Kimi is not pitting yet? Because he's managing his tires well and they're doing an off strategy now. Max pointing out Lando pit exit. Slow down. What does the green circle around the interval time denote? DRS, I think. No, no, no. I don't think that's DRS. I'm going to have to see. Red flag, please. Um, when do you think Hamilton is going to pit? I think they're going to delay it for as much as possible and wait for a safety car or a red flag, or unless his tires extremely drop off and he has no pace at all. You think Piastri has a chance to win? I don't know. No. It's going to be Verstappen or Norris. 23 more laps, and I don't think we are getting rain. Why wasn't there much overtaking? Because this track is not very easy to overtake on. There's only one DRS zone. Yeah. Max is gonna be pretty close to Lewis in the next two laps. Ooh, Isaac on Carlos Sainz. Nice move. Nice. Nice one. Both Norris and Max pushing hard. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Max is almost in DRS of Lewis. Stroll out there enjoying himself to a nice Sunday karting session. See, that's why I like Stroll. He can do this while not being in F1 as well. He has enough money to buy an old F1 car and just do joy runs in a racetrack, but he shows up every Sunday with 19 other drivers. That's commitment. Oh, Hamilton's pitting now. Okay. No idea what strategy are they doing. Let's see. 2.2 seconds. Nice, nice, nice. What happened with Yuki? Nothing, man. I think there are two or three people who have to pit yet ahead of Yuki. I think Lawson, Sainz hasn't pitted, Lawson hasn't pitted, Bortoletto hasn't pitted, and Ocon hasn't pitted. So after that, I think Yuki should be back to where he was. I didn't even realize that Stroll was last. I mean, Kimi's gonna go with soft. I doubt. No, no, no. I think he might go with hard tires. Although, because the softs won't last that long. But I think Max is gonna get the lead in some time. Yeah. Imagine if we, considering how Lewis Hamilton's luck is, every time he pits, after that there's a safety car or something. Okay, no, Antonelli pitted. I was gonna say that if we get a safety car now, Kimi is gonna be in such a nice spot, but no, he is pitting. Okay, so pretty much nothing has changed in the top seven. Yeah, yikes. I am just gonna check Instagram for a bit. Everyone is on one stop. Such a boring race. Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing happened. I think it's gonna happen now because Norris is in Max's DRS. Okay, Ocon and Bearman are swapping. Okay, that's very un-Ocon like. I think I put the link wrong in my live stream story. Stroll dominance may scare people. Is Russell's pace more than Leclerc? No, currently they are lapping very similar. Very, very similar. Lewis is in DRS. Oh, yes, it's hammer time on medium tires. Yeah, good, good, good. Gasly and Doohan are also swapping places. Alex on Flossen. How do you even come up with these names, man? Lando, Novins, Flossen, Slossen. My god. Doesn't your wife watch F1 with you? Not all the races sometimes. And now that I live stream alone, so she doesn't watch it with me. Lewis needs to press K1. But I think he's gonna get past Kimi, and if he gets past Russell, that would be really, really amazing. I mean, that's where I said he would finish P5, but he's rapid right now. Hamilton is quite rapid, but so is Kimi. Let's see. Even if he gets past Kimi, if Lewis gets past Kimi, he has 8 9 seconds to make on Russell. So optimistic. Yes, Kimi puts down the fastest lap. He is responding. He is driving well. I'm surprised that Norris is not like he's just 1.5 seconds away, and surprised he's not closing in. Like seriously, Stroll probably has a music player in his car and just cruising at this point. I mean, he can afford to do it. Why not? He was having such a nice start to the season for just two races. Now he's back to strolling. Honestly, Stroll should be sacked. Do you think his father is gonna sack him? Boring race. I mean, makes my job even more difficult to make memes on it. Oh, what happened to Signs and Bearman? Wait, Signs is a back marker, right? And Bearman is 10th. Why is he taking risks? Why is Bearman taking risk? Or did the camera show wrong and that was Albon? I don't know. No, no, that was Signs. I don't know what's the problem with Signs after the preseason testing and the first race. You'd never take preseason testing time seriously. So yeah, it's just he's gonna take time to get used to the car. Need the rain to do something. I mean, we've just got like 17 laps now. I don't think there is anything more to come. Imagine Stroll in pole position someday. You don't have to imagine that. He did that in his rookie season in 2017. Lewis is falling off Kimi now. Verstappen is getting a message to push more now. I'm looking at Yuki, so he's got to make up how much? 5 seconds? Yeah, he's got to make up 5 seconds to be in points. To be near Bearman and then to be in points, but that's looking a bit tough now. It was not Sainz and Ocon, it was Bearman. I think he was lapping. Okay, I don't know. The commentator said Bearman for some reason. Could Can't be. One stopper for top seven driver. It's a one stopper for everybody, bro. Everyone. Norris looks like he can make a pass on Max, right? Yeah, I mean because he's 1.3 now. So yeah, I have no idea where has Lewis's pace gone because it's just like he can't make up any ground on medium and he's just stuck there in P7. Okay. Norris is even ever so closer, and Piastri is just behind. Like anything can still happen. We got 16 more laps, and Norris and Piastri both are within 2.5 seconds of Max. So Hamilton's radio, I think they've still not gotten in sync with each other because from what I understand, Bono used to always give Lewis information, okay, this is where you are slow, improve. But here Hamilton is asking him first, tell me where I'm slow. Then he will tell him, and then he's like, no, tell me by how much I'm slow. And then he will say that. So that one-way communication becomes like a communication with 3 to 4 messages. So I still don't think they've gotten in sync because I think even in China, he was like, tell me where I'm slow, mate, tell me where I'm slow. So I think Lewis is just used to getting that information from Bono, and Ricky hasn't done that. Didn't Lando Norris have the best car? As of now, as an overall package, McLaren is the best car, but this year in Collie especially, it's highly dependent on where your tires are. The tires are a big deciding factors. Some hero cars can be zero, some zero cars can be hero. So yeah, it's all up to how well do you get your tires in and how well do you drive. When lights go out, so does the Stroll's chance of finishing in the points. I mean, he's finishing in the points since the last two races. So yeah, this one's just more of a Sunday drive from him. Is Lewis still stuck in 2021? I mean, what is that even supposed to mean? Yeah, I think Lewis is gonna be stuck in P7 because he's not picking up any pace. Okay, Norris is 1.1 now. Leclerc is so hilarious on the radio. I remember, like, in Australia or China, his engineer was like, "We would like you to do this," and he was like, "No." Even here, he was like, "I. That is the reason I'm not doing it." Hilarious, hilarious. Piastri is in Norris's DRS now. Wow. Do you think Piastri will fight Norris? 100%. They are both in the championship fight. Man, Lewis is dropping more and more to Kimi, I think. Kimi is doing an absolutely amazing job, I must say. Okay. What do you think if Lewis had the current Merc, he has a chance to win the WDC? I don't think so. You can see the current Merc is not doing much right now, the P5 and P6, which they more or less used to be last year as well. So yeah. And a lucky podium sometime. I think Norris has to pick it up now. What do you think about Yuki and Lawson at this point? I feel they are both at the right places with respect to the teams, and they have to build themselves up from there. Dead race at this point. Literally, I don't even have a single memeable moment in this race. Like, how? What am I even going to do with the memes? I don't know. So Norris is gaining time in the corners from Piastri, but yeah, Norris is gaining. Any F1 link to watch live, go to fan code. Guys, don't talk about McLaren swapping. They're both in a title battle, so Piastri will have to make an overtake on Norris and fight with him. There is no swapping anymore. Imagine Max and Hamilton as teammates at McLaren. Just go back to 2007. You would get a small trailer of that with rookie Hamilton and Alonso as teammates. Do you think McLaren is going to be this strong even in the next season? Yeah, because their aero team is doing a great job, which we can see. And they're gonna have the Mercedes engine as well next year. And Mercedes is bound to is rumored to have the best engine for 2026. So I won't be surprised if McLaren dominates next year too. Seeing past races for Russell, I feel McLaren fight may get both of them out and Merc P3 once again. 100% chances of that happening given Russell's luck. But then we have Leclerc, so I think, oh yeah, then Russell would be P3, correct. Yeah, 100%. Will the grass set on fire again? No, man, the track is 19 degrees. Don't see it happening. What would have happened if there was rain today? Chaos. Although I would put my money on Max winning again if it was raining. Yes, Oscar is like, I have the pace to get Max. Nice. Can Isaac secure a point today? Yes, yes. I hope he's looking safe. Albon is like 5 seconds behind, and I don't think he's lapping any faster than Isaac. So, fingers crossed. He just has to keep it in one place for 10 laps. Lando will lead by 1 point even if Verstappen wins. That's not that big of a lead, right? Ooh. Piastri is insinuating a swap now because he thinks he has the pace to get Max. Who would you vote for as driver of the day? But Max would be the most obvious choice, but I think he's driving well only. I would either go with Antonelli or Hajar. Yeah. Stroll is leading. Yeah, from the back. Any post race disqualifications today? I hope not. Would McLaren allow both drivers to fight? Yes, yes. And Piastri was almost making a move on Norris. I think he might get him next lap. Hajar in Red Bull. I just hope they let him build himself this year in the junior team. There is no need to hurry and ruin his career. How do you get the split screen information? Multiviewer is the app. So Hamilton has just dropped off a lot more. So I don't understand this whole thing of I have set up the car for race because clearly neither is he closer in quali and neither he has pace in the race. He definitely needs to look back into how they're setting up the car. He did say that they had to raise the car a bit. I had made a reel about that because the car is not in the optimum window, so that's affecting the performance too, but he has to look back because these setups are not working. So Norris has put Piastri out of DRS and he's gaining. He's got 8 laps. Sainz has the fastest lap right now. Norris is closing quite a lot now. Any predictions for Bahrain? I'll talk about it before the race. Is McLaren affected by the new rear wing regulations? Uh, there are rumors pointing at both, maybe a little bit. Norris is dropped back again. Piastri is just out of DRS. Will Max switch in 2026? Doubtful. 2027, I think, is when he would. Oh, we saw Stroll and Max in one frame. Nice. Norris is neither pushing, not letting Piastri push. I don't know where do you get such information from. Nobody's uh, stopping Piastri to push. Piastri tried to get close. He couldn't make an overtake. Norris is not just going to let him by. They're both fighting for the championship. Where to watch it for free? I mean, fan code you can watch for 49 rupees per race. Plus, you can watch it on two screens. It doesn't get better than that. Norris is gaining and dropping, gaining and dropping. I think there is a move coming by lap 50, but not sure if he'll make it stick. Piastri is in DRS now. Yeah, I think by lap 50 he would make a move. I feel that. Looking 6 laps to go. Yeah, anything can happen. But Max is usually quite calm in these situations, and getting close to Max is one thing, overtaking Max is another. So I hope that Norris makes it stick, especially considering how tough the overtaking is on this circuit. Kimi's put like 7 seconds on Hamilton. Hamilton's pace is nowhere with the mediums. He's lapping at the same pace as Hajar and he's losing 7 tenths to Antonelli. Yikes. How much difference Dirty Air is making? A lot, a lot. Lap 50 is what I said. I think that's when Norris might get into DRS. Piastri is gonna cook his tires behind Norris. Yes, dirty air is playing a factor. No, McLaren should not swap. The both drivers are in the championship fight. They should not swap. No. How many times is Kimi going to go off in the chicane? Is that how he got the fastest lap? Norris is 1.16. Kimi on the radio. Nice, nice. Leclerc and Hamilton are on similar pace, but yeah, there is a tire offset. Ooh, Piastri almost on Norris. This is fun. Signs on Nico. Why don't Red Bull fix their front wing? I don't know. Man, Norris is back to 1.2, 1.3 seconds. 1.4 now. Did he just make a mistake somewhere? McLaren fighting is allowing Max to keep his lead. I think it's more of the cleaner advantage too. Hadjar outperformed Yuki and Liam. 100% bro. He's the only other Red Bull driver scoring a point this race. Too late, Lando. I mean, you still don't know what could happen. It's just 1.4 seconds. A little bit of movement here or there. Yeah. Which platform is this, bro? It's an app called Multiviewer, which I'm showing on the screen. Piastri is far better than Lando. I mean, Piastri tried getting past Lando, he couldn't. I don't know how do you guys come up with these random hot takes. They make no sense. Is qualifying going to be more important now? 100%, bro. Like you saw that with Lewis. There's no point in setting up the car up for race because he didn't do anything here. And you saw Verstappen got pole, had clean air. It matters a lot. I think Saturdays do matter a lot now. Does two McLaren being neck to neck help Max? Yeah, of course, because they both are cooking their tires. So yeah. Ferrari strategy sucks. I mean, I feel it's just become very common for people to say these things because honestly, Ferrari did the right strategy today. There was nothing wrong. Good pit stops, alternate strategies for both drivers. It was good. Like, it was not a strategy blunder. The car just doesn't have enough pace. Had it been Max second and Norris first, do you think Max would have overtaken Norris? No, because the clean air advantage is quite a lot. Piastri slowed down. Maybe he's letting Norris chase Max. No driver lets other driver chase if they are in a championship battle. It's just that he cooked his tires a lot being in Norris's DRS and trying to overtake. I have no idea why is Antonelli going putting fastest laps after fastest laps after fastest laps. He's in a very secure position. Hamilton is not threatening him. I hope he keeps it in one piece and doesn't like mess up while trying to push too much. Because regardless, he's gonna finish P6. So man, this was quite, I would say, boring. It got exciting at the end, but it would have been, oh, Norris is within 1.1 seconds. It would have been more exciting if there were, like, there was a fight for the lead, but now we're on the second last lap, and I don't see that happening. When is Ferrari receiving an upgrade? It's receiving an upgrade next week in Bahrain with a floor upgrade and then a big package in Miami. And same is the case with Mercedes, if I'm not wrong, and Red Bull also. McLaren didn't capitalize on their car's pace. I don't think so. I think they drove on their limit. The only mistake from Norris was he got too desperate while he got out from the pits. He had that 1 second advantage. He got too desperate and messed it up. Red Bull brought upgrades at Suzuka, right? No, just circuit specific upgrades, nothing major in terms of an upgrade package. I think they did a minor change in their brake cooling. That was it. Kimi is doing great, bro. Yeah, he is almost like in 1.3 seconds of Russell. Nice. I think this is like a proper masterclass weekend from Verstappen. Four poles in a row in Suzuka, four wins in a row in Suzuka. Hasn't stepped a foot wrong, and he completely deserves it. Like crazy. I mean, thanks for keeping the championship battle alive. Norris fumbles too much under pressure. Yeah, that pit thing was a complete fumble. I agree with you. That was not needed at all. Piastri could have overtaken Max easily. Once again, where is this coming from? He couldn't get past Norris. How? What makes you think he would get past Max? If this is in Suzuka, what would happen in Monaco? Monaco, you just watch Saturday, not Sunday. The gamble of dual pit from McLaren caused them this race. No, no, no. It's Max's driving and Norris's desperation that costed them the race win. So Leclerc P4, Mercedes drivers take a P5, P6. Hamilton gets in a P7, 10 seconds behind Kimi. Monaco with two stops would be better, right? Oh, yeah, yeah, correct. This time they have a complete different rule to make it more interesting. So fingers crossed, but it's still going to be a procession, honestly. Piastri couldn't get past Norris because as he got closer, Norris started pushing towards Max. So that's what he's supposed to do. Why would he just let Piastri by? They're fighting for a championship, guys. They can't, just because you like a driver doesn't mean his teammate will let him go. When is the next race? Next week. Bahrain. Lance Stroll is the last finisher. Started last, finished last. Nice Sunday cruise from him. Great race from Hajar. Yeah, finally RB did not mess up the strategy, and nice to see that. Stroll consistency. Yep. Such a boring race. Yeah, man. Boring. So yeah, thank you for joining. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe because we'll be doing a live stream for Bahrain as well. So I hope that race is a lot more interesting. It's got like three DRS zones, so we'll see more overtakes there. But thank you for joining, and stay tuned on Instagram for some post race content. And I made a track guide for Japan. I'm also making a track guide for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Should be out by Tuesday or Wednesday. Say something about Ferrari. I mean, I have nothing to say about Ferrari. They have to fix their car, and hopefully the Bahrain upgrades make it better. I'm stopping the stream in the next 5 minutes. So if you guys got any questions, any opinions about the race, let me know. What did Norris do on the last lap? Antonelli could have gone for soft snow. No, actually, the soft tire drop off is crazy. Like they would have the pace and suddenly down, would have jeopardized his position, considering Lewis was on mediums. McLaren and their strategies. I don't think any strategy was bad as such. It was fine. That's the first win from Max this season. Interesting. Do you think Ferrari upgrade is going to make a huge difference? I mean, even Ferrari doesn't know that at this point. How can I answer? Have you tried commenting like the most F1 channels do? No, man. Not yet. We'll see. Max is the first driver to win 4 consecutive races in Suzuka. Yeah, man. Amazing stat. All down to the driving. Thoughts on Max versus Lando pit stop? I did say it live. It was a bit desperate from Norris. That's it. But, anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream now. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I know the race was not that exciting, but thank you for making it till the end. Do subscribe if you haven't, and go check out my Instagram page on your F1 guy. And yeah, I'm hoping to maintain the same consistency. I hope that we do 24 race streams for 24 races. I'm even going to stream for all of the Miami and the other American races at like 1:30 a.m. in the night. I'm going to do that. So yeah, anyways, thank you, and I'll see you next weekend at 8:30 p.m. because that's when the Bahrain Grand Prix is. So see you next Sunday. Bye bye. Ending the stream now.